It's dark and dank with orange moisture seeping from its rotting walls and brick ceiling. It's been decorated with graffiti and reinforced with block and steel fencing. During the spring and summer months, its entrances are smothered with vines and weeds. But those who are familiar with those portals along 20th and Jacob Streets have used it for shelter or a shortcut from downtown to near South Wheeling. This is the Chapline Hill Tunnel. Drillers, blasters, hammermen, walking bosses, and foremen used 60,000 pounds of dynamite and shrewd labor to remove more than 71,000 cubic yards of earth to create the bore and nearly 14 million feet of timber to arch this railroad tube. Page, Carey and Company orchestrated the construction of the tunnel, a project that began on December 23, 1899, and the breakthrough took place on March 13, 1891. There's not a lot of records about the tunnel, but there is one lengthy article about its construction from the day the breakthrough was accomplished. That's the day when daylight from both ends hit the tunnel for the first time. They started on both ends and met in the middle. After breaking ground for the tunnel on December 23, 1889, the crews worked day and night to get the job done because of how important the tunnel was going to be for the railroads that came to Wheeling. At that time, trains were everywhere in and around Wheeling, so extending the reach of the railroads meant the expansion of the commerce that would take place here. The news report from March 14, 1891 shared several facts about the tunnel. A crew of 104 men worked continuously day and night once ground was broken. The Chapline Tunnel is 2,664 feet in length, 24 feet longer than a half a mile. A total of 3,400 pounds of octagon steel was used to create the necessary drills. C.M. Frizzle, a Wheeling resident who in 1860 ignited the final blast for the Hempfield Tunnel, that's the one that we went through earlier, the haunted tunnel here in Wheeling, performed the same duty for the Chapline Hill Tunnel. When they were dynamiting for the tunnel, the explosions were blowing out glass windows in the houses and buildings in the area. The shattered windows were reported in South Wheeling and along 19th Street in East Wheeling. The article said it was taking place every day for a year. Right now, the majority of Chapline Hill Tunnel runs underneath West Virginia Route 2, but when it was built, there were houses that were located on the land. Houses were built a fair way up the hill, so I'm sure people who lived up above it felt the dynamite too. 5 lives were lost during the construction process, and the newspaper article stated, considering the magnitude of the job, the list of casualties was remarkably small. All had been warned, but persisted, so the contractors say, in disregarding the injunctions by the foreman. In the article, the casualties that happened during the construction of the tunnel were pretty much brushed off as not that big a deal, and the report pretty much blames the men who died for the accidents that killed them. While tales of haunting exist about the Hempfield Tunnel and were confirmed by the Wheeling newspaper in the late 1800s, there hasn't been one yet pertaining to the Chapline Hill Tunnel. Usually when people die during the building process, you hear the stories about their spirits being stuck inside. But there's no reference for that yet. That's been turned up yet. It's not a well-known tunnel. I took pictures of it and posted them on Instagram and on my Facebook. And I've had lifelong residents of Wheeling ask me where that is. They don't even know where it is. So it hasn't had much research done to it or exploration done to it. The city of Wheeling looked into refurbishing it, if you will, and making it part of the Heritage Trail system, but found out it was going to be about, I don't know, $4 million to rebuild it. So that never got completed. It just sits here and it's going to wind up probably one day collapsing in. There's not a whole lot they can do with the hill and everything above it, but they may fill it in, who knows. But right now, it's there for me to explore and have some fun in. Thank you all for watching this. Let's see if I can show you some of the deterioration that's happening here. The city of Wheeling did a study a while back to see about putting this as part of the Heritage Trail, because there are several other tunnels in the Wheeling area. This tunnel, to repair it, they determined would cost somewhere in the $4 million range, and they didn't have the money for that, so they blocked it off. But you can see how that lasted. So let's go see what this tunnel looks like. Come on with me. And dark. And over a half a mile long. But none of it has collapsed thus far. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see in here. It may not be worth continuing on without enough light. Oh, okay. It was just real dark in my viewfinder. But I think from the research I found, the last trains that went through here was in the 1930s. Now the city did come in and take out the tracks and put this gravel down. Wow. I'm losing my light. I was hoping to find some of that orange goo that they talk about that seeps through these walls. Maybe if I had light. Something drives through here. I mean, I can see tracks in this gravel. So I don't know who uses it. wonder if I can. Doesn't really make that much of a difference. The flashlight on my phone. Yeah, I have to get some lights, some good lights, and come in here and do a tour for you guys. Because it's pretty cool in here. Just don't know how well this is going to show up. Yeah, I can see details in these walls that's not coming through the camera. So I'm going to have to get some good light and come back in here. But this is a neat old tunnel. Wow. And it is, how shall we say, very spooky. It's interesting to walk through this alone. But I need more light so that the camera can pick up the detail, because I mean, I can see it with the naked eye a lot better than the camera can. And it's some cool stuff I'd like to show you guys. So maybe the next time Alex is in town, we'll get the big light and we'll walk through here with him holding the light, and I can do the camera and we can really show this off. But I like to explore. And I kind of like being out of there, to tell the truth. That was an eerie feeling coming back out. I mean, I didn't feel anything going in. But coming out, it's almost like I was being pushed out of it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm a little nervous over stuff like that once in a while. But there was definitely a feeling of being pushed out of it. Nothing going in. I didn't feel anything going in, but coming out was definitely weird. I probably got 100 feet, 125 feet from the exit, and could physically feel myself being pushed. So I don't know what was pushing me out, but I got out. And like I said, when Alex is back in town, I'll do another one of these videos and have him in here with a light with me. That way we can really get into the detail of how this tunnel's built. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of wheeling history here. I know I did. This is Joe from St. Bernard Acres. I'm out.